What exactly are you meant to do once you've saved the universe? Well, probably save it again somewhere else. Here are the best games like Mass Effect you can play on PC. If we're honest, there's nothing quite like the Mass Effect series. A grand, sprawling space narrative where your choices can make a difference on a granular, emotional level.
I don't like soldiers dying under my command.
But that doesn't mean that there aren't other games that can elicit similar feels, just in a slightly different way. This video then is a collection of titles not just set in space, but games that focus specifically on the individual parts of Mass Effect that make it so great. Oh, and do me a favour, hit subscribe and that notification bell if you haven't already. So, from bridge management to exploring infinite planets while the sun explodes, here are the best games like Mass Effect on PC. Swap out the high-tech sci-fi for a more rustic charm, and the planet-hopping of Outer Wilds is perfect for every adventurous ex-Commander Shepard. Not to be confused with the bright lights of the Outer Worlds, here you start every trip by firing up a wooden ship and setting off to toast marshmallows across the solar system, uncovering ancient alien secrets. It's a totally open world, hence its presence on our recent Best Open World Games list. So, if you jet off into space and run out of fuel, you'll just float away forever, or until the oxygen runs out. Dark. It's lucky that making painful mistakes isn't something new for fans of Mass Effect. In Outer Wilds though, nothing lasts forever, as every 22 minutes, the sun goes supernova, restarting a time loop and letting you try it all over again. So all those friendly blue aliens will live to whistle another day. Oh, and as a warning, before you try it, they're not romanceable. I know what you're like. Okay, we're only on number 2 and we're already chucking in a slightly subversive entry. But Alpha Protocol is too interesting a game to ignore.
Arcade, right?
Yeah, how'd you know?
I recognize the sound of galaxy invaders.
No, there isn't a spacecraft in sight, but it's a hugely open-ended title in terms of player choice and consequence. You're not just deciding how you fight or what missions to take, you're making moral choices that will eventually all knit together, leading you right back to the start of your journey.
Hands up. Let's try this conversation again.
And this choice is central to what we love about Mass Effect. Maybe the original ending to the third game didn't deliver a wholly satisfactory finale for some players, but the rest of the experience is characterized by seeing the results of your actions. There's a real sense that your decisions have an actual effect on the galaxy. And Alpha Protocol refines this concept, making you make important decisions on the fly, which can be a revealing, if sometimes rather stressful, experience.
If we let him go, he could lead us to the people he sold the missiles to. Or they might come after him. Either way, we win.
But if he can't lead us to the buyers, then we've let a killer go, and more people will die. Remember that rocket attack in
Money, guns, yours, if you let me go.
In spite of its silly Space Vegas dancing and steamy bedroom scenes, Mass Effect can be pretty spooky at times. So if you like your space travel spine-chilling, then Observation's thrilling story is the perfect ship to board. You play as Sam, the shuttle's AI, interacting with Dr. Emma Fisher as she tries to find out what happened to her crew.
Sam?
And, like many good sci-fi stories, things start getting weird. You switch between various cameras to see what's happening, and try and help our lost heroine by completing mini-games through accessing the internal tech. It's not a trilogy-spanning series, but the story is gripping from the moment you boot up. Plus, it's great not being the human in peril for a change. You're a safe computer with no feelings. Or so you think, and then the panic of not being able to actually help sets in to your very human brain.
Okay, Sam. I need you to get ready and open the door. On 3. Are you ready? 1, 2, 3. What the hell, Sam? On 3!
Sorry, Emma.
That's it, come on!
Plenty of people are drawn to the Mass Effect series for your pivotal role amidst a space-set soap opera, shall we say. But if what truly excites you is the sheer potential of an infinite galaxy, then No Man's Sky will happily fill that Milky Way-sized void. Updates over the past few years have now filled Hello Games' procedurally generated endless universe sim to the brim with life. Planets are no longer just strange voids of the same crafting materials. Instead, unique creatures that you can tame, harvest from, and even ride lumber across bizarre landscapes. You can even head in with a friend, or, Matt, to share the adventure and feel truly like masters of your own destiny. Feeling like a speck of dust amidst a far grander universe has never felt quite this compelling. If you haven't played in years, it's probably time to get back in your ship. What's the first thing you think of when someone says Mass Effect? If it's that gently glowing galaxy map, complete with serene, meditative, bloopy music that sounds like Tangerine Dream enjoying a sunset, then Stellaris might be the game for you. As the ruler of a burgeoning spacefaring race, be they mammals, avids, or a race of dangerously tasty-looking mushrooms, you explore the galaxy to uncover new life and new civilizations. And in that respect, the early stages of Stellaris feel like the prehistory of Mass Effect, when humans first start to explore the stars before all the wars inevitably start. And although this is one of Paradox's simpler games in terms of UI and your pre-existing knowledge of medieval succession systems, you will still need to invest some time to get the most out of it. Make the effort to learn it though, and it feels like the whole Mass Effect universe brought to life with startling, near-limitless detail. There are 2 types of people. The power-hungry, give me every badge and honour and a whole crew of humans kind, and the people who hate the idea of the pressure of even having one job to do.
Picking up something on the long-range scanner.
Star Trek Bridge Crew will definitely appeal more to the former, but even the latter might find some fun with the right team of specialised button pushers. If Mass Effect's galaxy map and bridge element has always appealed, you'll feel right at home in Ubi's sci-fi sim as you and some friends steer the USS Aegis through an unmapped space sector known only as the Trench. Yeah, it's as welcoming as it sounds. For the true experience, you'll want to pop on a VR headset to join your team of up to 4 people. But don't worry, Bridge Crew also plays in good old-fashioned 2D, and it's slightly less stressful when everything is on fire. Want to put it out? Well, make it so.
Sensor suite prepared, Captain.
I wanted to remind you that you are representing the entire United Federation of Planets out there. I'm counting on each of you to demonstrate our ideals to the highest possible degree.
The thought of giant timeless space squid consuming all sentient life in the galaxy is, let's be honest, terrifying. But despite this, as we said earlier, Mass Effect never feels like a horror game. Sure, the reanimated husks from the first game are pretty unpleasant, but you're rarely afraid. So, Dead Space might feel like a bit of a conceptual leap for a list like this. But there are elements here that make it seem like it's from the same universe. Just like Mass Effect, it's a raw and functional piece of speculative fiction that justifies its more fantastical elements. You're not just shooting space zombies with lasers, you're defending yourself from necromorphs with mining equipment. It's different. There's even an N7 suit in Dead Space 3 to further fuse that connection.
What the hell are those things? Is that the crew? Keep your voice down. Whatever they are, they're not friendly, and half the doors on this ship are locked because of the quarantine.
And while Mass Effect is set much earlier and is a grand story about saving the universe, it's possible to imagine the terrifying events of Dead Space taking place in a small, isolated corner of that galaxy map.
Hazardous anomaly detected. Quarantine activated.
Award yourself a serving of blue milk if you saw this one coming. With Mass Effect, BioWare reaffirmed its position as the go-to developer for rich, character-led, life-consuming RPGs. And while they already had impeccable heritage, thanks to Baldur's Gate, Star Wars Knights of the Old Republic felt like their first stride towards action games. There's loads here to love if you adore Mass Effect. Choice, romance, morality, and a solid cast of characters who'll likely feel very familiar. Not least because Karth and Kaidan are basically the same sensitive tough guy character in different universes.
When you put it that way, there's no reason I wouldn't like you. I mean, us, humans, ma'am.
And while you don't have the same intimidating galaxy map as in Mass Effect, there are loads of notable planets to explore here. Something that's even more compelling if you have even a latent passion for Star Wars. Top that off with one of the best stories that BioWare has ever written, and there's honestly no excuse for not playing KOTOR if you enjoyed your time aboard the Normandy.
That's good to hear. Without the proper training, however, I'm afraid you will find the path difficult even with the best of intentions.
If you're after a malleable, reactive interstellar experience, but you don't want to sit through 60 hours of fetch quests, Heat Signature provides a smart, immediate way to explore space. The top-down presentation and reactive combat make it feel somewhere between Hotline Miami and Super Hot. And there's a lunatic creativity that comes from the game's reactive combat. This is a game that truly tests your reactions when things go wrong, and they will go very wrong very often. And there is a story of sorts, a loose narrative about taking over space stations, but the randomly generated characters give you an opportunity to make your own. You might be avenging the death of one of your characters or rescuing a missing loved one, so this one might be a bit of a stretch in terms of gameplay, but if you ever felt like diving into Mass Effect's galaxy map and bothering all the ships as they navigate space, Heat Signature is an electrifying anecdote generator. So that's the best games like Mass Effect you can play on PC right now. Let us know what your go-to post-ship games are in the comments below. Drop us a like if you enjoyed this video, and don't forget to subscribe to Logitech G for more videos just like this one. If you do already subscribe, hit that notification bell to make sure you never miss another video.